Hello and welcome everybody. I am Pingutan and today we are going to be doing a tier list of Storybook Brawl. Probably going to be a shorter episode today, but we are going to rank all of the heroes in order of how I think they're doing this patch. Probably going to change very soon, as I know that there is a beta patch in the works, but at the moment I feel like the meta's stabilized quite a bit and I feel like I've got decent opinions on where all the heroes are at. Apocalypse. We'll go, I think they're in alphabetical order. We'll start with Apocalypse. I'd probably put him in okay. He was the best hero for a while in the last patch, but reducing his HP down to 45 did kill him a bit, in my opinion. And I feel like there are a couple more heroes like Sphinx that can just accelerate so fast that you can't really afford to get to level 6, especially with no hero power until you get there. Beauty I'd probably put in the same category above Apocalypse because I feel like she does have some utility. And she can get there if you get the right characters. You get an early Evil Queen, you can probably stabilize. But I don't think she's good enough to do well with. So I reckon I'll just put her at okay. Celestial Tiger. So in terms of how much I like the character, I'd probably put it about here. Because the whole combo with getting a 2-cost treasure, turning it into Locked Chest, which gets you treasure map and then a level 7 treasure, which you could get maybe by 3-2, is amazing. But when you don't get treasures on this hero, or when you just get offered trash, he's useless. I'd probably maybe even put him here, but I think just because it's the high roll potential, I'll move it up to bad. Sharon, I do not play. I don't like the +2/+1 every round. You got 15 rounds in the game on average, and that's only +30, +15 stats. Doesn't seem that good. Compare that to someone like Merlin, who gets the same stats every single time he casts a spell, which you can actually accelerate. I think Sharon's just bad. Same with Avella. Avella is not a hero that I would ever pick anymore. She was great when she gave +1/+1, and now there's just +1 attack. She's useless. I hear in the beta patch notes that they're making a +2 attack, which could make her good. But for now, she's useless in my opinion. Fallen Angel. So I know most people put her at the top of good or at the bottom of godlike, but I would probably put her below Beauty in okay, just because she never works for me. I don't know how to play Fallen Angel. I'm sure that's my loss. I don't know, but she is just terrible whenever I play her, and I don't know what to do. Geppetto I really like. Obviously, if you don't get any summons, he can miss quite hard. But I feel like if you compare that to one of the other heroes, like the treasure heroes, Galahad, Celestial Tiger, Horde Dragon, if you miss on Geppetto, it's not that bad. You can find quite a lot of summon units, and if you find someone like Princess Peep, you pretty much don't lose any of your games in the mid game. Grandmother, I would probably put her in good as well. The 50 health is a big benefit. You don't really lose too badly, and it's quite easy to get to level 6 without a hero power when you've got 50 health. You just got to make the right decisions with tempo, early game and mid game to try and keep yourself alive. I reckon overall Grandmother's quite a good hero. What have we got next? Gwen. I think this is Gwen. It's a different image than what I'm used to seeing. Gwen, I'd probably put her even below Apocalypse. I do see a lot of potential in her. I know a lot of people like playing her. But every time that I play her, either I find a good 2-drop to put it on, put the knighthood on, and I scale a bit and then just get outscaled by everyone else somehow because I don't have any other hero power. Or there have been an odd number of games for some reason where I get to level 4 and upgrade a Chupacabra or a Copycat or something and then just dominate the lobby, even though I did that on 10 health and just don't lose another brawl. So she's a bit hit or miss for me, but I do recognize that she should probably be good, but and it's same as Fallen Angel, it just doesn't really work for me. Now, Headless Horseman. I actually want to create another category just for Headless Horseman, where add one below. I don't know how to work this thing. There. Dream targets only. Because you are never going to pick, well, I am never going to pick Headless Horseman. But if I dream into it, it can be good. It can be good. Yeah, that's about all I have to say with them. I don't really even like it. 3 kidnaps. I would dream into 3 kidnaps if I didn't have good other choices, but I'd never choose them over Horde Dragon, over Trophy Hunter, over even Sad Drac. Like, I don't think he's that good. He definitely needs some kind of buff, in my opinion. Horde Dragon is definitely top tier. I've had so many good games with Horde Dragon. Obviously, as a treasure hero, you do need to find those triples, and he is terrible if you don't. But things like tripling a blind mouse early to get a 5 cost treasure like Monkey's Paw is just insane. You do not lose brawls with a 5 cost treasure early game. And the high potential of getting 7s later on, the ability to triple 4s, to get 9th book, to get mimic, to get supports affect the entire front row, just insane potential from Horde Dragon. What's next? Jack's Giant. I honestly never play Jack's Giant, so I don't know where to put him. I might put him here. I don't think you win games with Jack's Giant. I've never chosen to play him, so that's probably an unfair rating to say that he's going to lose you MMR, but nobody plays him. He doesn't do well. Now, that's about all I have to say. His hero power doesn't scale. You compare him with Fallen Angel, and all she needs is 3 good characters, and suddenly she has a better version of his hero power. I don't see the value in it. What's next? King Midas. King Midas. Can be good. You high roll with a good trees comp or a royals comp, but 98% of the time I feel like you completely whiff on him and don't hit anything. So I'm definitely going to put him below Celestial Tiger because they're roughly similar, but I feel like Celestial Tiger hits harder when she does. Krampus. Krampus is probably in the same category as Jack's Giant. I don't like him. I would never pick him. Will pick it forced this category. I wouldn't even pick Krampus if he was up against the worst other heroes. Yeah, I don't like him. Evil units don't really benefit that much from the +1/+1 buff, in my opinion. If you want to buff your black cats or your mummies, then you're usually going for supports, and +1/+1 doesn't do too much on them, in my opinion. Mrs. Claus is a little bit different. I feel like the good units can get a little bit more of a benefit from +1/+1 than the evil units. So I'm leaving him there. Loki used to be up here, maybe top of good, probably bottom of godlike, but I feel like they removed, or they added a lot of spells to the pool that make him less consistent with getting XP, so he's not that good anymore. And the fact that he is the only hero that can involuntarily kill you with forbidden fruit, I want to put him here. I would probably pick Loki sometimes, but he's the only one that truly fits the category of will lose you MMR, so I am going to put him in that category. Mad Catter. I've played him a couple of times. I don't really like the play style. There's a little bit too much randomness involved, but he can do quite well. So, for the sake of the fact that he is more consistent than Celestial Tiger, I reckon I'll put him there. He's pretty decent, but I don't think he's good enough. What is this? Mask. Mask has the dream spells. I'd probably put Mask good. There's a lot of... The fact that you get 2 dreams means there are a lot of characters that you can hit with the dream, such as Skip or Gwen or even Headless Horseman, where you get the full benefit of their hero power, and then you use the second dream to change into a good hero, and you still keep the knighthood or the 3 kidnaps or the XP from the hero you were. So I feel like Mask has a lot of potential, and especially in a meta where nobody's playing Headless Horseman, nobody's playing Skip, and not too many people are playing Gwen, so you're going to get one of those heroes. I reckon it's good. Merlin, I am torn between good and godlike for Merlin. I'm probably going to put him at the top of good for now. Might change my mind on that by the time we're finished with this. Merlin is great. I don't think I've ever came below 5th with Merlin, just because his hero power gives so much stats that you're probably not losing any rounds in the early game, and his potential if you get Last Book or Hatball is insane. You're gonna do well. Mary, I don't like. I would probably pick Mary over some of the characters that can end up in this category, but I almost think that Mary deserves to be in that category too. Just forces you to play exactly one play style, which I really don't like. You could almost say the same thing for Pants, but Mary is just significantly worse, where you have to go for royals, and occasionally you get enough royals for the hero power to be decent, but majority of the time you don't hit the royals, you don't triple them. And even if you do get like super late game with a full board of upgraded royals, they're only going to be 100s to maybe 150s, which is probably going to beat most comps in a lower MMR lobby. But if you're high legend, low mythic, or just above high legend, most of the time people are going to have a good trees comp with round table, or a good boy comp, or a spells comp that the royals are just never going to be able to compete with, even best case scenario. So I don't like Mary. He's bad if you don't get the triples, and he's average if you get them. What have we got next? Mordred. I feel like Mordred is a good dream target. I would never pick him. I don't think that he is a good hero at all. But if I'm level 6, I am sometimes looking for Mordred. He basically gives you 8 units in the round, provided that you have the unit to buff. But I think it's good. You get an 8th unit on the board, which is just a lot more stats than someone else that could give stats. That's about all I can say about that. Morgan gives you a treasure when you take damage below 20 or 5. I would never. Also, same as Mordred. I would never pick her. I don't think that she is a good hero. With the 45 health buff, maybe she's decent. I haven't tried her because I didn't like her in the past. But definitely a good dream target. If you're on 4 HP at the end of the game and you dream, you get 2 level 6 treasures. It's good. I think she's a great thing to dream into when you're level 6. Probably wouldn't dream into her if you're playing Mask, but I think she's good. Good target for it. Mrs. Claus. I reckon I would probably even put her in okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Mrs. Claus, but I feel like the +1/+1 to the good characters can be good. It helps with a lot of breakpoints. Like having a 3/2 short shot is 100 times better than having a 2/1. I think a lot of units have 3 health, and she knocks out a lot of them. Yeah, it's quite easy to go down the path of good units. A lot of them have a high health, so having +1 attack added on is excellent. I think it's much better than having the +1 health to a high attack unit from Krampus. So like if you get a Rainbow Unicorn turn 1 on Mrs. Claus, you've got a 2/6, versus if you get the Labyrinth Minotaur with Krampus, you have a 6/2, which dies to any unit in the game that has more than 1 attack. But the Rainbow Unicorn beats any unit in the game other than an egg. So I reckon Mrs. Claus is just so much better than Krampus. And I'd probably say she's better than these ones. What have we got next? Morat. I do like Morat. I don't do too well usually with him, but I like the concept. He's probably one of the only heroes where you can frontline good boy in this meta. I might even put him about there, probably below Beauty. I like Beauty, has a lot more potential with Pumpkins and Evil Queens, but Morat is pretty good. You have the mid-game tempo if you want to pick up a mummy, and you can stay alive until you get a decent death rattle or last breath late game. Pan's Shadow. I'm probably going to put him here. I barely ever play him. I did just play him in the last video, or I masked into him, which means he probably should go there, but I don't think his hero power is enough. It's pretty decent for the first couple of turns, because you can get 2 units easily on turn 2 if one of them's evil. But I don't think that the save, like, if you think about it this way, provided that you actually buy an evil unit every turn, he's basically just the same as Curse King of Shadowmere, where you have +1 gold. Like all it does is save you 1 gold every turn if you buy an evil unit, which I don't think is that good. Pied Piper is going straight into the top tier. There are, I would say there are so many good animals, but it's really only 3 or 4. Good Boy, Copycat. Early game, you want the Blind Mice. Those are the main ones that you want to get a lot of, and he makes it significantly easier to get them. But even just the early game tempo of turn 1 having a 3/3, and just getting that slight buff on all of your units, or having much easier time getting a triple donkey or a triple stag, that I reckon Pied Piper is so good at the moment. It's very, very rare that you low roll on him. Very consistent and excellent late game. You do sort of have to go copycat, probably copycat good boy, but that's not exactly a bad comp at the moment, and he's going to get you there. Peter Pants. I like Peter Pants. I probably wouldn't put him on the top tier because I do actually lose a couple of games with him, but I'd probably put him above Mel. You have to go Hatball. That is a given on Peter Pants. You can't not go Hatball, but I feel like it's pretty consistent to be able to get it. So many threes, so many possibilities. You can even pick up Princess White and triple luckies and doublies, and you're pretty happy. Usually you get Hatball early enough that it's good, and when you do, it is amazing. You have such an easy time getting level 6s if you get the Hatball early enough, and I don't know. I feel like Peter Pants can't ever go below 4th, and it's very rare for him to go below 3rd. Potion Master. Haven't had too many games with him. I see a lot of potential. He does seem a bit worse than Sphinx. But I do really like the 2 spells per turn. It makes it much easier to do the Mix-a-Wizzle Kiss combo. And the +1/+1 every time you cast a spell makes it very good if you can get Hatball. But he doesn't have any way to easily get Hatball. So I'd probably still put him in good, but maybe near the bottom, because it's a lot harder to get Hatball, but seeing 2 spells per turn does increase your chances of winning a lot, especially late game. You get offered 2 combat spells every turn, you're quite likely to be able to get the Pigamorphs. Yeah, that's about all I have to say for him. Pup the Magic Dragon. It solely depends whether you're playing a ranked game or a bots game. If you're playing a bots game, Pup is always in first. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. Pup and Fates, they are always top of the lobby. I often still lose brawls to them in bots games. But in terms of actually playing the character, I don't even think I'd pick them. I'd probably put Pup there. I'd never play Pup. I don't think that the hero power is enough. It's going to win you all of the rounds in before level 3 if you get a support early enough, and probably even at level 3 you're going to win. But then where do you go? You go nowhere. You're going to lose. There's nothing to do. Fates. Fates is a bit of a hard one to decide on. I know she's not good, but I've been thinking about it. Now, hear me out. I think that she is almost as good as Grandmother. Now, I'm not going to put her in the good category. That would be a cardinal sin. But I reckon I'm probably going to put her about here. I think she's okay. I think that she can hold her own. Because if you compare her to Godmother, Grandmother, she has the same power. Give everything +5/+5. But she doesn't have to wait till level 6. She can get +5/+5 on a unit level 2, level 3. You incrementally add +5/+5 to all of your units. And sure, you don't get the health buff, but you do get the power from it a lot sooner. But the reason why I don't think that she's as good as Grandmother or anywhere near the good characters is because if you don't hit triples, it is terrible. Like, you might as well be playing Krampus if you don't hit triples on Fates. She's just so bad. Sadrak. This isn't really a hero. This is a free boots, which is actually quite valuable. I would put free boots probably here, maybe below Geppetto. Good character. I like him. I think he can do well. But all he is a free boots, which means if you hit the right things, he is the best hero. But I don't think he does too much unless you get a good ranged unit early on and then pivot into a good boy comp with Copycat or something that wants to slay. Share Bear. Share Bear's next. I like Share Bear. Would Share Bear be above free boots? Probably not. I like Share Bear because it's Cursed King without the downside, but you give a random person 1 gold every turn, which doesn't really affect the lobby too much. Like, somebody else having 1 extra gold for a turn doesn't affect you negatively that much, but you having an extra gold every single turn is good. I like Share Bear. What have we got next? Galahad. I will pick Galahad at Force now, but I don't like him. +1/+1's not enough. +1/+2 is not enough. When it was +2/+2, I liked him. He would have been up there for me. But no. 1/2 is not enough stats. Same as Skip. I both of those used to be 2 of my favourite heroes, but they just nerfed them into the ground. I did used to love Skip when he started at level 3, but now they say he starts at level 3, but he only starts at level 2.2. Not good enough. Snow Angel, I'd probably put her at the bottom of bad. I'd put her at the bottom of okay. She's good. Her hero power can give you a lot of value, especially as an economy hero power. You get a random unit every once in a while. But she's not really competing with much. She's probably better than Mrs. Claus. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really reckon Gwen deserves that bad of a treatment. Maybe she could move up to above Beauty. Yeah, Gwen fits a bit better there than at the bottom of okay. But Snow Angel doesn't really do too much in my opinion. You are sort of forced to play good characters with her, which is okay. You get the good characters from it. What have we got next? Cursed King. Cursed King, I feel like, has to go with Share Bear. He's worse than Share Bear. He does basically the same thing, but I feel like the downside's worse. Having to cast a spell every turn, I feel like is not as good as giving a random person 1 gold every turn, because taking 3 damage is quite a lot to be punished for having an awkward shop that you don't want to cast a spell with. I feel like that scenario happens quite a lot where you've got 6 gold and you want to buy 2-3 units, but you can't because you have to cast a spell. In my opinion, I don't really like Curse King that much, but I do see how having 1 extra gold every turn can be good, so I'll put him there. Wow, we have 4 of the best characters for last. Sphinx has to go in Godlike. Sphinx is way out of control at the moment. In terms of best character, probably in slot 1. I prefer Horde Dragon. Horde Dragon is funner to play. Probably not as strong, but I like Horde Dragon more. Sphinx is such a problem at the moment because it's quite a rare scenario for her to be lower than level 6 before the rest of the lobby hits 4. A little bit of an exaggeration, but she turbo levels so fast, and if you get Crystal Ball on her, you will definitely be coming first. Like, Crystal Ball just makes her ridiculous. You start seeing 2 spells every turn on level 6. You're casting a Knighthood every once in a while. You're casting Gigantifies, and I don't even know what the 4 cost give of character plus 10 attack is, but so many good spells on level 6 where if you have Crystal Ball, you can't lose. You get so much scaling when you hit 6 if you have Crystal Ball, and even when you don't, you're getting your wish for free. If you wish on turn 3 and you win the brawl, you've got free spells again the next turn. You wish again, you've got free spells again next turn, and you're level 5 by the time the lobby is 3-2. If you find a wish a third time and you win that brawl, you're level 6 as people hit level 4. I think that she is just too strong, and that's not even accounting for words. The end, the consumable spell that gives you 1 XP. If you get that with Crystal Ball, you can cast it 2 or 3 times, and you're way ahead of the lobby. There's no way you're losing if you get a high roll on Sphinx. What have we got next? Trophy Hunter. I want to say Trophy Hunter for last. I like Trophy Hunter. Trophy Hunter can do well, but very, very first or 8th. Wonder Waddle. Now, I recognize that Wonder Waddle is good, but I am very salty about Wonder Waddle. I was in the tournament recently, start of January, and I was actually doing quite well for somebody who sort of only really gets to the floor of Mythic every month. I was pretty proud of the fact that I was about 12th in the entire tournament, and I was doing very well until it comes to the last game. If I come first in this game, I'm the top 8. And then I'm competing for the final prizes and gonna be a very happy boy. All I needed to do was come first for that. Even second or third might have even put me in. And then I finally find what I believe to be the best hero in the game. At the time, I thought Wonder Waddle was the best hero in the game because everyone's talking him up. Everyone loves Wonder Waddle. Best hero. 2 triple threes, triple twos, easy. I hadn't found him all tournament. I hadn't even found either of these in any of my games. I'd had a couple of pantsers. Finally find him on the very last game, and I was so excited. I'm going to get a free first because I have the best hero, and I am going to be top 8 and compete for the final prize. But I genuinely did not get offered a single animal until I was level 5. A single animal until level 5. Now, I recognize that on average he is a good hero, but I am so salty about that loss. That is so upsetting for me that he is definitely going all the way in this little corner tucked away, if that were possible. I am so upset about Wonder Waddle. Alright, Zalua. First hero I ever bought. Love him. In terms of personal opinion, he's definitely in the godlike tier. I would say he's pretty strong, especially with the 45 health buff. He's definitely good. Don't think he's beating either of these 3 even on a good day, but I reckon he's a good hero. Trophy Hunter, I know I wanted to save him for last. I don't really know why anymore. That's completely blanked in my mind. He's definitely up here too. I'd probably put it in... Okay, if we were basing it off of how much average MMR you're going to get from the hero, it's probably like that. But in terms of fun as well, I'd probably even put him there. In terms of the godlike category, this would be the order that I would pick them in. Sphinx gives you a free win most of the time, but these 2 are just much more fun to play. And I love seeing the Trophy Hunter Grimsoul combos that make a good boy hit the integer limit. Just something completely fascinates me about seeing big numbers. Big boy. So Trophy Hunter's got to go there. And I think that does it. That is my tier list for the heroes for this patch. I don't even know what the patch is. let's go back onto Storybook Brawl for patch 0.66.4. I don't know if they're adding any new heroes into the new update, but for now, this is where I reckon everyone is. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.